second it's gonna be. Hello everyone, this is Makiko from Reiki Lab. How are you? I have a special guest, my dear friend Harris, and he going to take the lead for this one from the leftover, the last discussion we had, which is loneliness. Harris, it's all yours.
All right. My crystal Billy just wanted to say hi first of all, and then
Oh, it's beautiful. I want to have that one.
before I talk. But we didn't. Okay, yeah, with loneliness, as you called it, or we want to say, we know there are two sides of that coin, and maybe one of them is called loneliness, the other one is called the clean slate. You know, the one that allows you to create anew. It is also a program. Loneliness is a program in itself. And like I mentioned before, it's something that we've accumulated and we've kind of put that system automatically in our subconscious. So it comes out to react for us. So we don't have to consciously react. The loneliness just comes out. I will give you an example with myself. I say, okay, this Christmas, I have my son is only 1 year, 5 months or 1 year. I'm very close with my son. And, I didn't feel, and it's all about attachments at the same time when these feelings can come. It's all about attachments. I mean, I've been working with detachment and attachment for a long time. So I don't easily attach to stuff. And I easily detach when I want to, But with my son, we spent so much time together that it crept to me that once he was leaving, he was going to Spain, and it was like he's going to go for 3 weeks. And once he was leaving, the feeling came. I'm like, what? Even though sometimes I try to run away from him, but that feeling came like, what? I'm going to miss you, which is nice. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to miss you. It started from there. And I'm like, okay, so I'm going there. I'm going to hug him and kiss him and everything. And then he goes. They get to the airport, and then now I'm back in the house. Now I'm alone in the house. I'm very happy that now my energy is in the house alone, and I get to do all the things that I can do alone. But then I just went somewhere, and something just reminded me of my son, and I just wanted him because I wanted to go see his smile, and he wasn't there. I'm like, oh, and then. The moment that happened, it allowed a loneliness program that I have had from the within my subconscious, and because this energy is still within my energy vibration, so that energy had to be pushed to the front, and that allowed that to come up, so which was a good opportunity for me to purge or transmutate this energy, release it. And as soon as that energy got to me, I'm like, I feel lonely. I haven't felt lonely for years. Why am I? And then
lucky you.
Not in that way. I mean, as soon as I felt that, I knew immediately what it was. I knew this was part of my system that I still have on my subconscious, and because this energy is still with me, and I want to be lighter, so I have to do this energy good, and I have to release it. I knew straight away. And as soon as that happened, I was able to actually look at the feeling. So it wasn't a thing of me being in the feeling and I'm lonely. Oh, why am I lonely? Oh, and just writing that feeling. Now, once it came, I felt it. You feel it. And then when you feel it, it's done its job. It's then for you to take it out to the mental to say, what do I want to? Do I want to continue feeling this? Or am I to choose something else? Is this leading me somewhere else? And that is always leading you somewhere else. That was leading me to say, to certify the type of reality that I want to be living day by day, whereby I want to be light, and to allow these energies that I no longer wish to use, they no longer serve me, to allow them to go lovingly. So when you recognize them and you accept them, and you this is work that I have been doing for a long time. So it took me very little to realize that loneliness and say, okay, for what it is, and to allow it to go. And then I allowed it to go, and then the information came in of what I could do with my time. You know, so I'm looking at the other side of the coin to say, wow, the other side of the coin is cool. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I wonder why
Yeah.
we kept this loneliness in the first place. I said, oh, I know why we kept this loneliness, because we didn't know any better. So we kept this loneliness thing and it became a program. So automatically it just keeps coming to us. So that's whenever you feel that, that's what's happening, because your subconscious would draw and react to that. It reacts to when you feel you're losing something that is external and you're not really losing it, because like we said, it's an illusion. So if you can know that that's what's happening, it helps you to stop feeling that loneliness temporarily, just to get out of it and to look at the loneliness and say, okay, now that I'm out of you, but I can still feel it a little bit, but I'm out of you, I can look at you. Do I really want you? If I don't really want you, then I want to feel something else. Now, help me out. I need information. What else can I feel here? So then when you understand that, hey, you are having your space back. You are having an alone time so you can search inside of yourself. There's so much work to do. Most humans, they feel lonely, but most humans have so much work to do inside of them. A lot of humans
Yeah.
do not even a lot of humans do not even want to see the inside of themselves. They cannot even stand being there to say, I want to look inside. So there's so much work to be done there, because you can see some people, when people go out and they are left by themselves, some people cannot just stay by themselves. They're looking for their phones, they're looking for something. They're used to being attached to an external program. They kind of just,
Yeah.
it's it's a good thing when they hit that loneliness, because it gives them a choice to say, hey, maybe now you can start looking into yourself, and maybe it's a way for your higher self to actually help you to look into yourself. When you hit that rock bottom of, I feel lonely, what do I do now? There is nobody here that's going to keep me coming. There's nothing that can keep me coming. What else do I do? I am forced to look into myself. I have no phones. I have no, I mean, if you put teenagers in a field without no phone, nothing else, leave them there
They get lost. They're totally lost.
for like 5 or 6 hours, they would not know what to do. But I tell
Yeah.
you what, leave them there for 8 hours, the 8 hours, the 10 hours, you will see them playing with the grass. They'll probably start talking to the trees because they have nothing else to do.
Well, that's what we should be doing more, right?
So loneliness is not really, it's, you can see that loneliness can be a positive thing, can be a positive drive of your own evolution, make you go there and look inside. So that's another part of looking at loneliness. But really the main thing is having control of when that feeling comes, know why it's come. It's an automatic thing. It's nobody's fault. It's just what you've been living before. It's an old program now. You don't want to choose it
Yeah.
anymore. You want to choose something new. And this is the same with programs. And I know
Yes.
you wanted to touch on more on programs. So I think we should get into programs now.
Yeah. I want to touch upon, connect with your loneliness and programming, how you feel, because what I learned when I was lonely, like you say, I saw myself uh, looking down myself and seeing myself crying, crunching up, crying on a bed. And then I was interesting because I didn't feel bad. I just observing. I was simply observer of myself being lonely and feeling that emotion. And what I did is I could have a choice: go back down and hug myself, or being observant. What I did is I just observed myself and then let myself feel that emotion as long as I needed to feel. And I just simply observe, and then it is okay. It's not good and bad. I'm here not to judge. It's a time for me to just cry out, and it's okay. And I let myself cry out, and I didn't pass any judgment. Now I also notice it's a discipline here that not to pass judgment, not to add on any other feeling, like something like why I feel this way. Is this something I did? It's led to this? None of those. Don't attach anything else. When you just feel sad, just feel sad and it's okay. And I choose that time. I'm not going to go down and hug myself. And I let myself feel that way, and then it's okay, not having attached anything else to it. Then the strange thing happened that night. I did an astral travel, and I found myself really confident. She is the one that crunching up and crying eyeballs out in a room, and I opened the room, and you know what I did? I had a choice to go up and hug her, or sit there, or standing there and watching. What I did, I said, oh, okay, wow, I thought she was confident, but she had another side. And what I did is I just acknowledged, respect, and I left the room. And I woke up, and I don't know what I did was right. Maybe next time I'm gonna go up and hug her in the 3D world. Yeah, but that's how much control one can have. You could have, like, as you gain like a total control, like you said, in a 3D world, you could do in a different dimension as well. So I thought it's kind of like a good learning lesson.
Yes.
Kind of exercising some, intellect in that sense. Now, programming. I want to just briefly touch the programming because it's so important, especially now. I think some of us experiencing this super soldier. Some people begin to remember being a super soldier because it's been a program for, I don't know, for century in this Earth's time. And it's still fresh to us, even though it's fading. And in my personal experience, I've been shown a presented reminder. As a reminder, I was involved in some activity. So I seen like military ships. Ship meaning not the ship on it's up there, and then beams. And I just consciously said, I no longer wish to be presented, that appreciate that presentation. I decided to turn off part of me because I'm a different being now. Yeah. Now, the program is so strong, like you said, it's still running, and periodically reminded, kind of like a flashcard, like a memory card, flashes it, and then sometimes they, in the astral world, they take me and then kind of trigger the memory, and then even though also like things I've been put into the simulation room, they show me like the scenario that destruction will going to happen in many different ways. I've been tested. Now, you could say, oh crap, that's just a dream. Yeah, it could be just dream. You could take it anywhere you want, right? That's what it is now. It's a game. And then it's funny because even though I did consciously request it, I did meditate not to. I did the period of probably a month, but it comes back. Some leftover program runs, and then unconsciously, vibrationally, I was communicating that somehow, because two friends, I am me. Hey, don't believe that crap, Makiko. I didn't even talk to anyone, but vibrationally, I must be communicating, telepathically communicating with those close friends who are somehow connected to. And then now I have an opportunity to bring that, like you said, bring that out. That it's a program. Noticing that's a program, and you could consciously choose not to run a program because it doesn't serve me this time. And it's important to do this until it's completely gone. And as we do it, this program, I could tell it getting, crappier, meaning that it's less intensity, less vibration.
Yeah.
And then next time I could say, F you, and then it's gonna be gone.
Next time you wouldn't even remember you had it. Because it's not. Someone says, "Hey, I remember something like that 20 years ago."
Yeah, like a long time ago. Back in when I was younger.
You're right. There's one thing you mentioned even before we started talking, and you said trust. And that's the biggest element in these programs, is the trust that we've invested in them. Now it makes it difficult for us to trust the new programs we want to. And this is what is happening to most people who hold on to their belief systems that don't even serve them anymore. But they've
Yeah.
invested so much in those belief systems, the trust they have in those belief systems. They want something else, but they want that thing mentally, but the trust they've invested there, it's been difficult for them to leave that trust alone and start trusting something else. Because what
Yes.
people don't know is you are always trusting something. You are always trusting something. Now, to shift your trust focus, that's how change, or that's how it would show your uniqueness or what you're doing or where you are. You're
Yeah.
always trusting something. So people that not doing well, or they say, oh, I'm not having abundance, they are trusting that they don't have abundance. People that are having abundance, they're trusting that they will continue having abundance. And that's the big if I say big issue, most things are small issues because it's all a game, but that's a big one for people moving on to newer belief systems that serve them, because we have to understand that for in order for us to actually uh, um, exist here and live here in this physical world, we have to understand that there are fixed physical laws, which means all of it is an illusion. All of it is what we're creating. All of it is something that we could change to what we like. All of it is not personal. So if you have that understanding, it's much more easy for you to now look at the different aspects of it and say, oh, that's like a belief system. I am trusting that. If you don't
Yeah.
have that information, you wouldn't even know that you're trusting that, or you would not know anything from anything, and you just believe this is how life is, and that's it. There can't be anything else. And when people come to tell you other things, there is no energy, there is no belief, there is no investment in that. You're like, nah, that's false. I have so many friends that still have the 3D living in a way, in 3D programs. And when I'm with them, they know me as the mad one anyway, so I get away with things.
It's like, yeah, join me, my friend, my friend.
So and if they once they're there, and I tell them about something, and it's far away from them, like I'm talking to that tree right now. It's far away from them. They'll just laugh about it because it's not
Well,
true.
I totally understand. You know what? Sometimes the audience I have a bunch of trees. Seriously, I find myself talking to trees. They always listen to me because they have nowhere to go. They can't go anywhere.
I go to my stones and crystals all the time. They the ones and
Yeah.
the trees as well. I just saw some new mushrooms growing there, and then with mushrooms when I was talking to them. I'm still trying to find out, what we're gonna do together, because I've been getting downloads of them being some medicinal things that I could do. And
Yes.
it's quite oh, hold on just one second. Can I call you back, Kenneth? Give me a second. I'll call you back.
I think that's kind of cute that we should wrap up.
Yeah, because but I mean,
I know you want to keep it go. I know you want to keep it going. We will do this again. But I probably need to go soon to talk to myself, to enjoy my loneliness on December
but
23rd.
let's make it for that. Okay, then you're not choosing the loneliness side. We all know that that's too heavy of a vibration for us. We're kind of lighter now, so we're choosing the
Yes.
other side.
Alone time. Alone time. You remember
Alone,
alone
alone
time?
time. Alone time. I think that's what we'll call that, alone time. And then with that alone time, you have the space to do anything that you want to do. So that's where I am. I'm here for 3 weeks, the whole Christmas and everything. I got alone time. Many people are trying to buy tickets for me to travel to other countries, and it's just not working. I try to even go there, but it just
Yeah.
doesn't work. It means I should be here. There's so many things.
Hey, you cut off. I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Harris. All right. I think this is a cue for us to finish. Thank you so much for watching. This is Harris and Makiko. We'll see you soon. If we don't see you, Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. Bye, Harris.